Welcome to Around the Reel with your hosts, Aaron Carlson, Charles Lawson, and Samantha Hanna. Gucci gang.
So, what do you prefer to go by?
He's Anthony. I told you that. Because his dad is Tony, so he's Anthony.
You don't want to go by, like, Master Music Composer? I mean, I was trying to give you a cool nickname, but whatever.
Oh, yeah,
Anthony
Master
it is.
Composer works.
Yeah.
I don't think... no one's really called me that yet, so I can't, I don't think it would be right to call myself that.
It's Antonio.
I think you got to be given that honor.
Well, we gave it to you, so we're going to call you.
Contractually, I don't think I can contractually give that title to anybody else.
No,
Since, we're contractually
Why not?
obligated to.
Why not? You can give whatever. You can give any nickname to anybody.
We have a composer that we deal with, and I kind of have to delineate all master, controller, godlike composing verbiage towards him.
Would you think he'll get mad if you call Anthony a master composer?
Actually, this is just my way to find out if he's actually listening to every show.
Oh. Well, welcome to Around the Reel. We are on live.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, buddy, for being here. Antonio.
Antonio. That's actually my father's name.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. He goes by Tony, but Antonio was his birth name. So they kind of gave me I was born here in the States, so they gave me the English version.
Okay.
None of that Antonio stuff. We're going with Anthony.
All right.
Okay, well, I got to ask a question really quick. You're living in Florida. You got an LA on your sleeve, and say
I'm
Tony
a Dodger fan. Dodgers are the champs.
But
We're
you
the
say
champs.
Tony like you're from freaking New York. Where the hell did you come from?
Yeah, I know, and a lot of people think that I'm Italian because of my last name, Espina. But it actually is a name from Spain. I'm really a Spaniard. There's a little place in the Canary Islands called Espina. So that's where all the Espinas originate.
You're
There's
named after a
a lot
bird?
of Filipinos with that last name too. So but yet it sounds Italian. So you really don't know until you hear me speak. I get that all the time. They think that I'm from New York, and they always think that I'm Jewish a little bit because I have a little bit of the Jewish nose.
Okay.
So they give it, yeah, I see it. So I get a little bit of everything. Until they hear me speak, sometimes the accent comes out a little. But I'm actually, my parents are Cuban.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Dude, you see, he's got all the cool Tony Montana Scarface shit, and he's in fucking Florida.
Yeah. My dad's the original Scarface, just without all the killing.
That's badass. We talked about like cool names on the show before, and he's got a cool name.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Yes,
Anthony
he does.
Espina.
Aaron
Carlson.
My middle name's Orlando.
Ooh, I
Orlando?
like that.
Dude, he's got it all.
Orlando.
It's where I was conceived.
That's just messed up.
No.
Dirty old rusty car. See, that doesn't roll off the tongue for me.
No, it doesn't. No. Jesus.
I know. What would yours be, Aaron?
I don't even want to guess.
My grandfather's name was Orlando. He changed it when he came over to the United States. His name was Sergio, but he had to legally change it because of his past over there in Cuba. So he changed it to Orlando.
Gotcha.
Well, we're digging deep already. So let me just say, Anthony, welcome to Around the Reel.
Welcome to the show, man. All right. So, Anthony, you're a composer.
Yes.
You be making music, man.
And it's good, too. It's good. We were listening to it.
Yeah, I was listening to your YouTube on the way over here today. And got a couple things I want to do shout-outs about. But we'll get into that in a second. I want to talk about one thing real quick.
No.
No.
Just one?
Yeah,
Scared.
well, no. Just before we
Why
get
am I
into
scared?
Anthony's stuff, and he can join in on this conversation.
Okay, so Anthony, be prepared. This conversation
No,
means
this
it can
one's-
go. I want to talk about one thing, which is anything.
No, it's not like that. This is actually kind of serious.
Oh.
It's not all
wow.
goofy and shit because
Well, there's no place for that here.
I know, right? What the fuck is Sirius doing on our show? It was a post that I saw another colleague post yesterday on Facebook about reviews and people spamming IMDb on a film that they put out.
Yeah.
And just trashing it for no other purpose than just to trash the movie. And here's the kicker, though. Like we talk about on the show a lot, it's one thing getting bad reviews from consumers. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I don't expect anything less than that because they'll rank on Justice League. And I'm like, what the fuck? How do you even have a bad thing to say about that movie? But it'll happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. So if they're ranking on Spielberg or Zack Snyder, it's like anybody can get hate. So no big deal. But it's not that. It's local artists in this area attacking this production.
Is it attacking other local? Is it?
Yeah, it's like locals that seem to have a animosity towards the project or someone in the project maybe, and getting enough people out there just to trash their film. And the film is good. Yeah. It's like it has nothing to do with it. It's like a personal attack. It's like, what the fuck is wrong
that's not cool.
with people?
Usually, let's start off with in that case, they were probably trying to be involved with the film and they didn't get the part.
Right. Jealous.
And that's their personal vendetta that they feel like they have to trash the film.
Yeah. But
it's really sad, though.
But they're also going to be like severing bridges.
Oh, yeah.
You know, people aren't going to work with these motherfuckers anymore. Like, if I know who they were, I'd be like, I don't want your fucking ass around me.
No.
You know what I mean? Why would you do that?
Because people get upset that it's a personal problem. It's not have anything to do with the actual. When it comes to something like that, it's about whatever they lack or their insecurity or whatever it is they're jealous about or whatever.
It says a lot about their character.
Yes, thank you. It does.
People put in so much time and effort into delivering a product. Usually, donating their time and their own funds. To bringing out something that they feel is meaningful to them, and it's a shame that somebody that probably is doing nothing with their lives has an opinion.
Yeah,
it's the world we live in.
It is.
It is a part of it. I mean, I understand that too, but it's like, goddamn.
It's upsetting.
Just, they're actually they are jealous as fuck.
It's crushing, and it's unfortunate too because some people take it to heart.
Yeah,
right.
Some
people are not strong enough, to look past it and persevere.
Right.
Some people take those opinions and then they stop doing it altogether.
Yeah,
which
would be me because
you would take
don't
it
have
hard.
a callus.
Yeah, you don't have a callus for it. Yeah, she's very sensitive about that kind of thing. But I could give a fuck, but it baffles me still. Like, okay, look, we all have our opinions on something we see or watch or listen to, right? And that's fine. It might be not your taste or your type of film. Or maybe you don't think the quality's that good or whatever. That's one thing. But you can keep that shit to yourself unless someone asks you your opinion on the piece constructively, right?
That's the thing. No one asks.
No one fucking asks.
Right.
No one asks.
Right.
So they come out and they just go, oh, this is trash. This is shit. And they did it to our movie too when we put it out.
Yeah,
but, I expected it. But fuck, we spent no money making that movie.
At the same time, the people that trashed us were just other people.
Right, and which I was fine with. There were people who
it wasn't like somebody, because we have a very tight niche local community because filmmaking in Washington is difficult.
Yeah.
So for local people to just automatically bash people, there are people that I have encountered in Washington's filmmaking career that when they first started and some of the things I saw with them, Sam would be the first one to say that, Chuck, you need to be nicer. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. I'll pay attention. I'll read the people. I'll see how they go.
Right.
Everybody grows. Our first 12 movies aren't anywhere for anybody to see because we know they were crap.
They're trash fucked.
So by the time we got to a point that we could put out something that was worth seeing, then we started doing that. Some of these people are putting out things as they're learning before. I mean, they're just going and just putting out content.
Much respect.
And it's not always the best of content, which is fine.
But they're learning.
No, exactly. And that's my point. People
are
just 100% trashing everybody just because they can.
Yeah. And they're so excited to put out something anyway. You get excited when you create something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Oh, so Anthony,
you're even more, especially nowadays, you're even more in the spotlight now with social media. So it's you're blasted by several different platforms.
Yeah.
Not to mention the main platform that you have to compete with, which is Hollywood.
Right.
So if you're going to get an opinion from somebody, you would actually prefer it to be them, regardless of how serious it is, because you're getting it from the main source. But the fact that you're getting it from a bunch of little sources that you don't know, one, where they're coming from, two, is it even valid to take it as a serious opinion to help develop your craft? But you're getting it from all these different angles for people who you don't even know.
Right.
So
but I think there's a pretty clear difference between someone who's giving constructive criticism or trying to help.
Exactly.
Well, you can tell when they're trying to help and you can tell when they're not. And it's just ridiculous when they should why put anything? Just leave people alone. Let them grow and learn
Well, that's true.
Like,
that's true.
Instead of discouraging them and you know what I mean?
Yeah, there is if you read through, like, I can speak for our movie, you know, and some of the reviews we got on it, even though they sound harsh and mean, there's still decent points in there they're making. You got to kind of filter through them going, oh, this is a fucking waste of money. Anybody could have made this movie better, blah, 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 blah.
When they rant.
Yeah, you get that out of the way, but then there are little nuggets that they say in there about things that make you think as a creator going, okay, well, maybe that would have been better, or maybe next time I'll think about that when I'm shooting something. So there's kind of some constructiveness in some of these. Yeah. I'm talking about the ones that are just like,
mean, just
fucking mean for no reason.
Straight up,
like, how you gonna?
Or, you know, there's some evil intent there.
Yeah,
right.
I've actually been involved with a couple of those, not personally, but the filmmaker, the director, actually made a successful movie that actually made it to Netflix, which I was actually, you know, I'm proud to say that I wrote the music to it, called Swiped, with Noah Centineo. And it made it to Netflix, and before that, the local community was very for it. You know, it was coming out, you know, it was shot here in Florida. The Palm Beach Post got it. It was getting great reviews. It gets on Netflix. What happens? She got flooded with all this hate mail.
Right.
So there's people out there that that's what they do. That's what they want to do. And she was called me one day. She goes, it's, you know, getting, you know, great reviews, but the mean ones are just so like, effing me, man.
Yeah.
It's just like there's 200 comments that are like great, and then there's one that just like, damn, really? Like, it's so like heart wrenching. And then she started getting more and more, and it hurts. She hasn't made a film since, which is unfortunate.
That is too bad.
Yeah, and it can hurt some people. I mean, and everybody will get a sting, you know.
Yeah.
Or it'll crush them. It's one of the two. Yeah. I get stung. I don't let it deflate me. You know what I mean? It's just like whatever.
Well, the ones that get
Brush
me,
it off.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you really
Take
do.
it with a grain of salt.
Right.
Yeah.
The ones that get me are the fact that, you know, we had somebody blow up our movie, but the verbiage there's like 7 different reviews with the exact same verbiage from all these different accounts.
Yeah,
but it's the exact same review. In all these. So I'm like, okay, so you're trying to make sure that the 4 stars that my mom gave it is lower because it's my mom. So you're trying to even it out, but still the exact same freaking verbiage.
I know they couldn't even do it. That's how stupid they are.
Yeah,
that's what I think. How do you like that? I'm going to give them a review. They're fucks. How do you like that? That's what I put on
the that are looking at the reviews, I think they can tell. I mean, I think you got to give people the benefit of the doubt when they're reading reviews. It's like when you're shopping for something on Amazon.
Yeah.
You can kind of scroll through and be like, these 3 people kind of sound the same. Mm-hmm. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you just go based with your gut, really.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So I found so far with some of the composers we've got a chance to talk with, and even the one that we work with consistently, that you guys are like homies. Like, there's this colleague thing. One of our composers said they were a colleague.
Yeah.
Like, there seems to be more respect in the composer world than like the filmmaking world. Is that true, or
it is true? It is true. I have tons of friends that are composers.
You guys get each other's back.
You're always trying to better your craft, and if you think about it, all the main successful composers have all had influence.
Right.
I mean, I can tell you pieces from John Williams, that the Star Wars theme, that you can hear some, you know, old time classical composers and think, oh my God, he ripped it off. You know what I mean? But it's not that he ripped it off. It's just that was an influence.
Inspiration.
You know?
Yeah.
So when you hear other people and see other people will make it in their craft, and you see their development, that's amazing, because it's, you know, it kind of tells you that you can do it too, you know? It's all growth. And like you said, the communication's there. We don't only speak, but we speak through music.
See, that's badass.
Yeah.
See, they're a family. You know what I mean? It's dope.
Well, there's a reason why they're a family, though. They're the ones who get everything at the end, and they have to rush to get all their shit done. So there's a brotherhood there. The rest of us are just like, we're trying to make our own.
Sure.
We're making all the ingredients for this cake, and then they're putting the icing on it, and they're like, here, get one of those wheels that just fucking spin, and you can just sit there and lay the icing on. And so, of course, they're together.
Right.
Man,
are they like...
are you getting fucked by your filmmakers, too?
As soon as you start saying that, I saw, like, Demi Moore with Patrick Swayze, like, Ghost, and they're doing the... Oh, my...
I don't ever want.
Do you guys do that, composers? Do you guys get close like that, like Demi Moore and
Oh my God, stop
Patrick Swayze and Ghost? No, I'm sorry.
You know, I've had a couple collaborations where I've been able to work on film. Actually, I'm about to work on a film where there's 3 other composers.
Oh, badass. Okay.
The director actually knows how important that is because everybody has a different genre.
Yeah.
That they're good at. And he knows how important music is. I love working with filmmakers that do their research and they know each element of the filmmaking process and the importance of it.
Right.
You know? I've worked on so many films where the director, he wants to do it all. He wants to be the editor. He wants to be the script revisionist. He wants to do it all. And then you get up to the point where it's like, God, I have too much on my plate. And then the movie ends up being affected in that way because he's doing it all.
Right.
Well, yeah,
So
and the people are affected because they're grumpy.
With other composers.
Oh, that was a quick shot of looking over to Aaron.
Oh, I missed it. I was listening to him. What'd you say?
I'm sorry. I totally cut him off, too. You say again what you were saying.
No, I heard him. What'd you say?
Oh, I said...
She said, yeah, it makes people grumpy, and then she just shot you a death stare.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Well, when you take on Aaron's one that takes on too much, he's a jack of all trades when it comes to movies. He does everything himself. Like,
wait a minute, I'm gonna get Aaron's back for a minute.
Oh,
Yes,
shit.
he used to do too much.
right? That's what I meant.
Now he has all of us to help him. So now he's not. I mean,
you learn really quickly. Yeah. From experience.
Aaron wrote it, cast it. Well, before we started putting stuff out that was real, we used children, so they didn't have a choice. If you want to eat dinner tonight, get out there in them woods.
Yeah, we're gonna film
No, but I mean, he used to do everything, and now he doesn't have to do everything. Now we have, we use stories. Which, we all write scripts. Aaron does do the directing and the editing, but then he's not forced to do everything else.
Yeah. No, that's that collaboration, and I'm grateful for that because there is a lot, and I knew we couldn't take it to another level unless I had a team. You know what I mean? But that's good that composers, I think, come together like that and support one another.
It's also it's an industry that's very hard to crack into.
Yeah.
So, and it's one that you never really, you see composers that have made it and are huge, major motion picture Hollywood composers, and you still see them on social media learning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You still see them developing their craft. Here's what I'm doing today and how I'm growing. So if they're still growing and yet they're accomplished composers, what's the difference between him and the one that's trying to make it that has their studio in their garage?
Not damn thing.
Yeah. And it's a growing industry too. There's so many people doing it now, which I love. There's tons. There's a women's alliance now of just women composers, which I have a couple friends that are on that alliance that are known, that have done stuff that are well known. And it's great to see that because you now see everybody gets to really enjoy this craft.
Yeah.
There's more opportunity. There's more people trying to make independent films. So it creates more opportunity, which, frankly, that's the tough part about this industry that I'm in is there's no freaking opportunities.
Yeah.
There's none. You got to find them. You got to go to them. You got to reach out to people because if not, it's not going to come to you. It doesn't come to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Very rarely do I have someone reach out and be like, hey, my God, I missed 1,000 composers and I finally made it. I made it to you and I missed all these other composers. I just marketed enough to where they were able to see me first.
Yep. That's it.
Fortunate enough. Yeah.
Yep. It's a game of numbers. The more times you hit and get yourself out there.
The more times you hit, the more doors closed in your face. Eventually that one's going to open.
That's it. That's all it is. Huh.
But I think that's the way it is in the art world just in general. There's so much talent. So much talent.
Sure.
So many people are so good at what they do. So it's really hard.
And there's so much more people, working on themselves.
Yeah.
People are not quitting so easily now because there's so much out there to help you develop things that people are saying, no, fuck it, I'm going to go and chase my dream.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. I'm not going to let the first 3 doors shut in my face, stop me from doing what I want to do.
That's right. You persevere. That's exactly right.
Which is not a bad thing. And it makes you want to strive further or strive harder and work harder to make it.
You see so many people battle so many different things that you just don't know about until they finally make it.
Yeah.
And then when they make it, you realize, oh my God, that guy had to go through all that to get there. You don't know. You just don't know until until they're at the stage of their career.
Do you think those haters that we were talking about earlier in the show, the people that attack those other artists, do you think they do that so they sabotage them to get them out of the way?
To get them out of the way?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably.
You never know, right?
But,
Like, Sam, if someone fucking ranked on your shit after you created something you're super proud of and you're the type of person that can't take it, they know that you're in their way. So if they come out with a bad review or say something nasty to you and you crumble and fall and never make anything again, that's one less person they got to worry about.
Well, you know what? That's pretty sad.
That's
If you have to knock out people that are better than you to get somewhere, because
it's dirty.
I mean, that's really dirty. And
That's not how Scarface would do it.
Well, let me also remind you, Sam, that I'm also going to be the one who's here to reminding you that no matter what bad review you hear, we're still going to be encouraging you to keep going because you are doing something good. And I know because she reads those reviews and she takes it all.
Well, I try to stay away from them.
It pushes her all down. So
here's the thing,
do
Anthony.
try.
She's got a badass documentary she's making right now.
he can see it in the background.
Yeah. It's
Nice.
it's going to be everything's falling into
Giant
place.
Pacific octopus.
That's
Yeah, man.
correct.
I see it. I see it through the blue light vibe you guys got.
No joke, dude.
Hence,
That's our
Blue
underwater.
Nation. Blue Nation.
Yeah,
Nation.
that's right, yeah. You're in it.
You guys are Dodger fans in a way with that
No.
blue vibe going on.
What's cool is watching when you're in the process of making any film, someone gets hot, kind of like in basketball. If Jordan gets hot, you get that motherfucker the ball, right? Because that's who's making it. That's Sam right now. She is on fire. Everybody she reaches out to, every person that she hopes to get in the documentary, everything that we've needed, even like with B-roll footage and stuff that we know we can't get personally, but we're trying to reach out to people. She's nailing it one after another, after another, after another. Everything's just falling into place, so it's fucking cool. Everything's great. So here's the thing. We're going to make this documentary. And it's going to be ready to go. We're going to put it out there. And someone is going to fucking hate on it.
Oh, I know. It's
Oh,
fine.
no,
It's
yeah.
fine.
So-
It's
You know
fine.
what? You got to look at it like I look at it. The meaner the comment, that means I did something right.
That's what I look at it as.
That means I'm getting to them.
You got
in
their
some
fucking
way that
attention.
They have to dig deep
Yes.
to be evil.
Yeah, and that's
You know?
exactly...
So I look at it that way. The more the hateful comments, the better the film is.
Exactly right. Yep. The more you
think
get, the better you are.
They
That's
make
all it
me
means.
sad on every level because I'm sad for me because you're being so mean. I'm sad for you because you're being so mean. And I'm just sad because why would you do that to somebody? It's so mean.
Anthony, really quick, I don't know if you had a chance to listen to many episodes. So Sam is the person who, if somebody comes up and robs her at gunpoint, she will stop and say, "What's wrong today? Why are you having such a bad day? What can I do to help you?"
Why
He's
I
like,
am
"Give
that
me your
person."
fucking wallet, bitch."
Yeah.
No, but she was like, "No, but I mean, really, what do you need?" And so that's her. That's what Sam does. She just,
Yeah.
She's a person from the heart.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Are you a Pisces? Because that's a Pisces trait.
Oh, I'm a Sag.
You know what's
Ooh.
funny? I'm a Pisces, so I'm nowhere near that pussy shit.
He has none. Yeah, he has none of that.
You swam the other way.
swam-
He swam the opposite direction. He swam
I'm like,
upstream.
yeah, I did. I got the hell out of there. It was like, boy, all you guys are going to get caught in the net. Not me. Not me. I'm out.
Well, my mom used to always say, you're a Pisces. It's very easy to let people take advantage of you. You're too nice.
Yep.
And in the beginning of my career, I was.
Okay.
I was very nice. I was very vulnerable. I've made, lots of mistakes. You trust people.
Mm-hmm.
That take advantage of you. Take advantage of your art.
Mm-hmm.
But now looking back, I realize I'm like, I needed all that shit. I needed all those epic fails because it. Now I know when I can read it coming in.
Yeah, you totally
You know?
can. Yep.
And I actually, to be honest with you, not too long ago, out in the film industry, you guys probably heard about it. We a lot of us in a group were taken for a run for something that we thought was real that wasn't.
Oh, no.
It was a film called Once Upon a Nightmare. I don't know if you guys heard about it.
Yes. I did hear about that. A
Yeah,
lot of people
I
dropped
was
out of it. Yeah.
involved with it as composer in the beginning stages because this person reached out to me, saying, hey, I've seen some of your stuff. I would love for you to put a demo together for the film, which I did.
Okay.
And then it ended up being to where all these people started getting involved with it, and we formed a pretty great team with some pretty talented people. And then it ended up turning out that all those people and actors and actresses that he had brought aboard knew nothing about it.
What the fuck?
He had basically just said these people are involved, and all this money was being donated because all these people were involved. And they're like, well, wait a minute. What is this? I'm not involved with this.
Oh, fat scam.
It was one of those.
Oh, no.
Dude.
And it sucks because, and it's not that it sucks for the people involved, it sucks for the people that are doing it right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know, that people are taking the time and effort to donate money that could be going towards something that is, you know,
Right.
That is
people
legit.
are actually needing it
Yeah.
to make their film, that have a great story, that have a good team,
Yeah.
you know? So,
That's that
you know,
kind of
shame on the
shit,
person who did that, but
Yeah, shame on them. Big
Mother-
time.
it still happens. It still, and I knew some really talented people that do it right, who
Yeah.
were involved with it, that got, you know, gratefully that they didn't waste any time.
Mhm.
But you still, you know, you put your heart on this, and you're like, oh, this is something that could be good, and you know, it ends up not being. So
And, well,
it
the
still
other-
happens.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
downside to that is the people who attach themselves to this project and it went south, and so now other people are seeing them as part of that scam project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what sucks.
They hurt
That's the
themselves.
dirty
They hurt
stuff.
themselves.
Yeah.
Some crooked
Wow.
crooked
That is
motherfuckers. I
crooked.
swear to
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I'm always
It's
shocked,
the
and I'm not
industry
shocked.
that we're in, man. It's
Yeah.
the
I know.
industry that we're in. Yeah.
I still can't believe it, though, even though I know it. You know what I mean? Like, you know it's there.
What
That's
a great
why I don't
story to
trust
hear,
anybody.
too, right before we start doing our funding.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be.
I didn't mean to bring it up.
Well, it'll get, if stuff like that keeps happening, it'll get to the point where no one can even get funding for their projects.
It could
if
fuck
they're-
it up. Yeah.
It could.
It
I
absolutely
mean,
could.
Yeah, actually, I've seen a few things lately, and that's one of the things that I think I want to push on, because I think you actually did that yourself, too, didn't you, Anthony? Where you actually, for your crowdfunding for the project you were involved with, you actually did like a 30-second
I did.
30-second
I did a
demo for the funding.
I did a
saying,
demo. I try not to do too much in the beginning because there's nothing that is given to you in the beginning. You got to create this from basically a script, a synopsis. Luckily, if they have a storyboard, you're creating something from really nothing, other than
Right.
just an idea, a story, which is really what the score is. You know, you're just telling the story through music.
Correct.
So yeah, I had gotten the concept of it. It was actually, if there's one thing in this industry that you should do, you should always follow your gut.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I saw the trailer, I was a little like, God, that doesn't. A lot of this stuff looks like stuff that I've seen before,
Okay.
and that was the first instinct.
Gotcha.
And I didn't follow it because again, it seemed like it was legit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But you never really give too much until you see that it's crunch time, and you always know from a filmmaker because they'll always be upfront with you. Usually up front, there's like, listen, this is what I have, this is what I need. Can you do it? Yes or no? And then you go from there.
Yeah.
It's usually just like that. But the ones that don't say anything, that they're kind of like, blah, 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 you know, you really just got to be upfront with people. People just want honesty.
Yeah.
That's all they want. I totally agree with you.
That is
Absolutely.
true.
Yeah.
Well,
Well put, man. Well put.
since you said that, I want your guys' honesty.
Give it to me. What you got?
what do you want? You tell me what you
We're
want.
going to
You get it.
play a new game today.
Oh, shit. We're playing a game right now?
Yeah, we're going to play a game.
Okay, my honest opinion is I don't know if I want to play a new game.
You do. You want to play it.
Okay, yeah, let's play.
You want to play it, right, Anthony?
We're getting real.
We're going to play a game.
All right.
Okay, what are we going to play?
We're
Sam?
going to play Would You Rather.
Would you rather?
Would you
Okay,
rather?
Would You
Oh,
Rather today?
Nice.
Are you guys ready for this?
Dude, I was born ready for this. Bring it on.
Can I ask you a
I even
question?
wore my Cobra Kai t-shirt. I
No,
don't give a
I'm
shit.
supposed to be asking you a question.
Before we start the game, though, can I ask you a quick question?
Okay.
If you're asking if we're going to play Would You Rather, and I just realized there's a sandwich laying on my desk behind you. Did you bring that with you, or
Yes.
did I just find
No,
something that was?
I brought it with me and I'm going to eat it.
Yeah, and I made that meatloaf sandwich for her to have here.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because all of a sudden, like, Chuck, would you rather, put on a tiara or eat this old ass sandwich that I found underneath Mariah's bed?
That is a bomb sandwich and I'm going
That
to eat
shit's
it.
good. That shit's good.
You
I'm down.
cannot have my
Okay.
sandwich.
I'm
All right,
down.
here we go.
I'm down. We can play.
That's funny because don't you normally do that in your head sometimes? Like just say, God, would you rather do this or this?
Yes,
All the time.
All the time.
Mentally, just like by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
All the time.
Funny shit. All right, here we go. Would you rather? Got a new game, Sam.
Okay. All right, you guys ready for this?
Yeah,
No,
let's
Do
go.
You want a hard one or an easy one
Okay,
first?
so guest always goes first, though, right?
Yeah, I guess always
Good.
first.
Okay, good. Because I got
Okay.
to see Antonio. See
In
what
the
he
hot
got.
seat. In the hot seat.
All right, here we go.
Okay, well, I'm just going to start with one just that is...
Just start.
Well, after the documentary. So,
Okay,
you guys
warming
ready
it
for
up.
this?
We're ready. Go.
Would you rather be a sea creature, Or reincarnated as sea creature or air creature. Like an airborne creature.
Okay. All right. Would you rather?
Would you rather? Basically, would you rather fly or swim?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Oh, man. I'd rather swim.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you rather be a sea creature?
I'm a Floridian.
Oh, that's true.
So, I've always been next to the water, So, again, like I said, I'm a Pisces, so it'd be kind of weird for me to say I'm up in the sky. But more predators down below, I think, than up top. Huh?
Yeah, you're kind of fucked down there.
I think
so. You got to be a badass.
There's something about the water, man. It's like space.
It is. It's a different world.
It is,
okay.
yeah.
All right. So he's going water.
All right.
Okay.
What do you
Depends on what sea creature, too, though.
Yeah, I know, dude.
Yeah. Well, you can be a giant Pacific octopus. How about that?
An octopus. There you go.
That shit's dope.
There you go. Coming soon.
That's right. All right. So air creature or sea creature? Would I rather?
Creature reincarnated
So
as an
I'm a
air
Pisces.
creature or sea one.
I'm a Pisces, but I'm going with the air. You know why?
Why?
Because I want to shit on people.
Don't you
I wanna
already?
fly around.
Don't you be doing that to your old
Yeah,
human life?
nothing's
I know,
going to change other than I can fly. So I'll still be a badass and I can shit on people. How about that? That's awesome.
You're stupid.
No,
Why
that's
did you check
great.
what's
That's
yours?
great.
Hey, you know
I'll
what?
be dropping deucers on everybody.
You said
on
you
purpose.
wanted honesty.
Yeah,
He
but
just
I
gave
didn't.
you a
I didn't
overly
want
honest,
his. Like,
overly honest answer.
I get a lot of his.
All right, Chuck. What do you got? Would you rather?
I would be a sea creature. And
Would
I
you?
would want to be a deep crevice sea creature. I mean, I want to be one of those things that people don't see, lives in the
I don't
dark.
see that.
Leave
You
me
need
to
the little light.
That's an
light,
octopus, yes.
Well, yeah, octopus is very similar, but I was thinking like even deeper. Like
Yeah, you want,
fathoms.
but he wants one of those things off his forehead to go like this. To
Yeah,
get the fucking
forehead
room to
like
come
a
out of it.
dangler thing.
Yeah, he wants a dangler. He wants a forehead dangler. Hey, don't you already have one of those?
No, it's not dangling from my forehead.
But don't you want a bigger one?
Can we go? Let's have another question.
You asked if we wanted to play a new game, Sam.
All right, what we got
This
next
is all your fault.
I love Would You Rather. This is the best. Okay, what do you got? What's the next one?
Okay. Would you rather know how you're gonna die or when you're gonna die?
Oh, shit.
That's tough.
This is a tough
can
one.
we ask a question to your question?
Sure.
If you know, can you change anything?
If what?
If you know, can you change anything?
No.
No,
Okay.
you can't change it.
You just get to know.
Okay.
Yep.
So it reminds me of the film Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. He knew when and he didn't know how though.
Yes.
And that's actually one of my favorite love stories.
That's a great
one of
movie.
my incredible love story.
That is a badass movie.
So I would actually going based off that film. I think I would want to know when and not how. Because if I know when, at least when it's getting close, I'm going to be doing some pretty crazy things.
Oh, that's
know?
smart thinking. Okay, because yeah, you can get your bucket
probably
list
should be
done.
living life that way anyways.
You should.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know when is when.
Okay, I got you.
right.
I got you. Again, I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
We all
So,
super know
and
this,
I'm going just the opposite of my Pisces colleague here.
as you always do.
Yeah, I'm going opposite because I want to know how. Because
So
if
you
I
can
know
avoid it.
how, yeah, and if I don't like how that's going to happen, I can die a better way.
You can change it.
I'll
Yeah.
change the way I die. Like if they say I'm going to get,
But you can't change
run
it.
over.
That's just it. That's what she said.
can't
That was.
change it.
that's
Well,
the
I-
That
question.
was
You mean
what
if I'm-
Trump said, can I do something about it?
Yeah, like
No.
why wouldn't that?
Because
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Like if I'm going to die a terrible death and suffer and burn in some kind of fire, or I can just go to bed and fall asleep. I couldn't change it. Like,
No,
because I don't know when it's going to happen. So what if I kill myself before it happens?
So before the here's
what
how,
I'm saying?
Here's how that would happen.
You
Let
can't
me
get
let me bring the horror movie out into you.
Okay.
So you're gonna pop a bunch of pills next Tuesday and go to bed.
Okay.
So before the pills take effect, you're gonna wake up because you smell something. Your house is gonna be on fire. You're gonna be trapped and you're gonna burn to death anyway.
So you think I can't get
and
away
you took the pills, so you
Okay.
can't get out.
So
The
it's like Final
butterfly
Destination. I
effect.
can't
It's
cheat
gonna
death.
happen
You can't-
regardless.
no
I can't
matter
cheat
what.
death. They're saying I can't cheat death. Well, I still want to know. Fuck it. I want to know. How about that? I'll just go badass
Chuck,
then.
how about you, Chuck?
I can
When?
take
I,
it.
I would want to know when, so
You
I
would
could
wanna
live
know
my
when.
best life until that point.
But see, if
That's so
Anthony
Christian.
has a great
Has
thing
nothing to
though.
be
If
Christian.
you live your best life now,
Right.
then yeah,
Yeah. Why aren't you doing it
You'll
now,
be
Chuck?
prepared.
Fuckers, I'm trying. I'm trying.
There you go. Nice.
All right, I'm really interested to know your guys' answer on this one.
Okay, here we go.
Jesus.
Would you rather
Yes.
smell really bad or have really bad taste in music?
Smell really bad or have a bad taste in music.
Bring on the stink.
Yeah, you're gonna stink. All right.
I don't have bad taste in music, and I don't think I would want bad taste in music because
Well, it wouldn't be good for your career.
revolves around my life on a daily basis. So I don't think I would want it to be bad.
All right, I kind of
bring on
figured
the
you'd
stink.
pick that one.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to actually agree with Anthony on this
Yeah,
one.
you're gonna stink too?
I'm going to smell like shit
Are you
because
gonna
there's nothing worse than listening to crap
Pour it
music.
all over me.
Like I know Chuck listens to Christian music all the time, and I'm like, dude,
That's what I was going to
brutal.
say. Aaron already thinks I listen to bad music,
Yeah.
so I guess I'm just going to not stink.
yeah.
Because I don't. Hey, I'm the only guy who, in his frickin' shuffle, can end up with some Christian, some frickin' Disney song playing, and then next goes into 80s rock, and then pops back into like some old R&B shit.
Yeah, thank God
Some
you're
good old
old.
Ray Charles.
A little bit all over some improvisation.
That's right.
I actually thought we would all agree on that one because music is life.
Yeah, you got to have good music.
Yes, it's such. Yeah, you have.
I don't think my
So-
wife would appreciate it much, but it's going to definitely help me out.
No,
Yeah.
she wouldn't.
She
But
knows-
you know,
yeah. Yeah, you could put on some Barry White and hope and get a clothespin or something. Man.
Instead of just listening to the Barry Manilow, hoping you might get some.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
I have
God,
to go
Sam,
the
sorry.
extra mile.
Great. I just had Sam short out half the studio.
Oh my God, she spit.
if I heard Barry Manilow, no one's getting nothing.
Oh man.
There's nothing
What if
happening.
it's Barry Manilow himself serenading you?
Definitely,
Dude, I can do
not.
some Barry Manilow for you tonight, Sam.
Please don't,
Dude,
Well,
I can.
mean,
No,
you
we can win. I
and
can
then
win you
I've got
over
a
with
great
that.
excuse.
I can win you over. I can do it.
No, you
I can do
can't.
it. Yeah, I can. Looks like we made it.
Gross.
Left each other on the way to another love.
Why are you looking
No?
at me? You're the one
Some
going home
vibrato,
with him.
there's some vibrato in there.
How about
You what? Stop.
Okay. I'm not going to bummer this. All right, let's get back to Anthony then. That's a great game, Sam. Are you done?
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that the game?
Sure.
Would you rather?
Would you rather?
I love Would You Rather.
Wait, we didn't have to choose one that we had to eat something.
No,
One
she's
thing or
gonna
another.
Oh, do you want one that you have to eat something? Because I can give you one. You have to eat something.
Okay, let's do one bonus round.
Okay.
Bonus round, and then we're going to get back to Anthony.
Would you rather eat an ounce of hair or drink an ounce of pee?
Hair.
Your hair
Yeah,
for
do
you?
the
Yeah,
hair now.
you're going with the hair.
Give me the follicles.
All right.
Follicles for him. Who's P?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You can't know whose.
No, I can't know who's
You can't
P.
know whose. You don't get to know.
Is you realize it's pee though? It's warm. It smells.
And
is
how
it yellow?
does
Is
it
it
not matter whose hair? Some people's hair is nasty.
Yeah, I know, but you can tell. Like, okay, this is a white person's hair. This is obviously a black person's hair. You can tell. You can totally tell.
Well, like
right?
pee
Are
is
you one of
pee,
those
isn't
people
it?
when you go to the restaurant and you see the food and there's a hair in it?
I just pull it out and eat it.
Is it depending on the dish? Too, because if you see the hair, you're like, God, the dish is great. It's small hair.
Yeah.
Should I complain? Should I not? So you know,
You can
I don't
Would you
know.
rather eat the hair or eat the spit that you don't see?
You know, exactly. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with the pee. I don't think I can. I don't think the texture of hair in my mouth is going to work for me. No, I'll just go with the pee. I'll
You
plug my
also
nose
can't-
and
you-
shoot it.
You also can't know if it's head hair or pubic hair or any.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's why. So, Anthony, enjoy the pubic hair, buddy. Have fun with that. I'm just going to drink the pee.
Could be ass hair. You never know who it came off of.
Do you want to change your answer?
Oh my God,
How about you,
that's
Jack?
brutal. All right, Chuck, what's up? What's your answer, buddy?
Oh, I'm drinking the urine.
You're doing your
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got to go with pee, bro.
I mean, if I'll do it for $5, might as well do it for Would You Rather.
You do for $5?
You have drank pee for
God,
$5.
I was gonna say, dude, I will watch you do that. We will film that for the show.
Like,
I will
I'll
go
give you
pee in a
$5
cup
right now.
and give you
I
$5.
wouldn't drink your urine.
You wouldn't drink my pee?
Well, maybe Sam.
Why would you drink Sam's pee and not my pee? That's fucked up. What's wrong with my pee?
Well, I'm afraid that your assholeness might wear off.
You think you're gonna drink my pee and turn into an asshole?
Well, if Spider-Man
what
can
you're
get
saying?
bit by a spider and turn into a Spider-Man, I mean, if I drink some pee, I might be a creepy asshole instead of just
if you
creepy.
did some fasting in the beginning,
You see
that
how
might be a
fucked up-
different story.
You know what I mean, dude?
After a big meal, I don't know.
I don't want to turn into an asshole.
That's messed
I
up.
didn't realize it was that funny.
But yeah, she loves it. Yeah, she absolutely loves it. I'll make sure I do something else in the cup before I pee in it too.
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not drinking after
Fucker.
you.
Anyway, you all right there, Sam? You good?
We broke one of our studio people.
Yes,
let's just mute Sam while she giggles off into the distance.
Love you, Sam.
Don't
Great
mute
game.
me.
Great game. Super funny.
Don't mute me.
I
I'm all
can't.
done.
I can't mute you.
He
I'm
can't
just
mute
kidding.
you?
It's a studio
Oh, okay.
recording.
We would never mute you. That's silly.
We can't cut. I would never cut you off. It's when you leave the room and don't come back that we get concerned.
Anthony, hi. Thanks for playing our game with us, buddy.
You mute me. I just
That
make
was fun.
faces.
It's a
Shocked
fun.
that was that the debut of that game?
That's the debut.
Yeah,
You're
that
right.
was the debut
That's
of that
badass.
one.
Yeah.
I'm honored to be the first one to do
You
it.
are the first
Thank you, buddy.
one.
That's badass, man. So, how did you get into music? I never asked you, man. How did you get started in this business?
Oh, yeah.
You can give me the cliff notes. It's fine.
No, yeah. The film that did it for me, because the main inspiration was The Last of the Mohicans,
Okay, that's a badass movie.
with the score that was written by Trevor Jones. That score, to me, I was like 12 years old when I heard that, and I said, "That's what I want to do."
Gave you
Wow.
goosebumps. Yeah.
I ran with it. Actually, I wasn't. I didn't start, learning music until I was a late bloomer, 12 years old. Usually, I was always into music at a young age. The first album, I even remember the first album I ever put on and fell in love with it was U2, The Joshua Tree.
Joshua Tree.
Yes,
Yep.
great album.
I'm a huge fan of U2, and I've always
Yes.
been. And that album to me was like, I hear a lot of their chord changes and their tone in my music, even when it's for film.
Yeah.
So they're definitely were my first major musical influence. But in regards to writing music for film, it was The Last of the Mohicans.
That's badass, dude.
That was
Okay.
it for me. And I was like, that's what I want to do, and I've been doing that ever since.
Very cool.
I got my first opportunity when I was 16.
Mhm.
That was my first film score. It actually made it to theaters for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's a huge deal, man.
A romantic horror movie called The Incubus. And the plot to that film was actually the same type of plot before Twilight came out.
Okay.
Oh.
So the director and writer wanted to do the original Twilight films.
Mm-hmm.
And then the company wrote her and said, no, we own the copyrights to this. We're already in the process of getting ready to shoot. So she turned her concept around and made her own version of it and called it The Incubus. Instead of vampires, it was ghosts.
Wow.
And that film actually made it to theaters for 2 weeks.
That's exciting,
Wow.
man. That's
So
fun.
when you're your first project you ever work on, and then you're in theaters, you're like, hell yeah, man, I want to do this.
Yeah, and you were probably like everybody else going, oh, this is fucking easy.
This is easy,
yeah,
man. I'm going to do this, of course.
Yeah,
And then, of course, then you get hit with the years where it's like,
Yeah.
Hello, I'm still over here. I do stuff.
He's like, yeah, I'm still waiting for my call from Hans Zimmer. Where the fuck? Wow, man. No, but still, that's fucking exciting, man, to get that so early on. And then you just kept plugging away at it. So did you...
plugging away, yeah. I've been doing this for a little over 10 years now. I've written the music scores to a little over, almost 40 films.
Good for you.
Been lucky enough to work on every single genre out there: comedies,
Nice.
horrors, dramas, documentaries.
What's your favorite?
Can't do that. I work with too many I work with too many loyal filmmakers, so I can't do that. But I have worked on a couple of films that I'm very proud to have worked on.
Mm-hmm.
A documentary called My Kid's Not Crazy,
Okay.
which actually won an Emmy.
Oh, damn, man.
Right
Good
over
for
your,
you.
right over your shoulder.
And posters right up there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a very important film in my life because it was talking about a serious health condition that children go through.
Okay.
And it's something called pandas.
I
It's
think
actually- Inflammation of the brain that's caused from strep throat.
No shit.
Yeah, and don't the
And they
kids
were
like
misdiagnosing these kids and just saying that they had
they were
ADHD.
bad? Yeah,
Mm.
like they were
Crazy.
naughty and stuff. I saw something. Yeah, I saw something on that. I didn't know you were involved with that.
And
Dude, that's
it's
hardcore.
It was actually a project by the University of Florida.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And I've been working with the filmmaker ever since. And he did a project called with the World Pediatric Association where doctors fly to other countries to do major surgeries for kids that need it, like open heart surgery. And it's been awesome to be able to work with him because you really look beyond the project and you start thinking, oh, there's a purpose to what I'm doing here.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of made me realize it's not just about me, man. This is about the message.
Right.
And it's great to be able to work on a film that has a message like that. A great story. Because without story, you really got nothing.
Yeah. This is why I love talking with composers, because they're not filmmakers, right? They're not making a movie.
No,
but
you're
they're
just
making
telling a story.
Yeah, they're telling a story though in a different way. But you grasp the concept of the emotion behind things that sometimes even the writer doesn't see. I mean, the experience I had with the composer we were working with was that it was that way. He did a score in our film that hit me in a totally different way than I originally thought it would be.
You see it in a different light.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. And it made me think of the character differently at times, the connections between them differently at times. And I'm like, holy shit, he read this a completely different way and felt something so different. And yet it worked better.
And it makes you, and it even helps out with the editing process too.
Oh, fuck yeah, it does.
And you realize something that you didn't see was there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I love it when they come back to me like, holy shit, dude, this is, something completely different than what I was expecting, and it works.
Yeah.
And I did my job.
You did your job. One of the questions we always ask composers and stuff on there is the excitement the filmmakers have for music. Do you find it to be like kind of dropping off with filmmakers where they're not excited about the music enough because they're just trying to get their movie done? Or do you run into filmmakers who are generally stoked by it?
For independent films, it's usually the last thing they're worried about.
Okay.
Not everybody.
Okay.
But the more inexperienced ones are not even thinking about that.
Which is
until they run into it.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, I have all this Hans Zimmer music that I'm using as temp tracks
music
that I can't use.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they realize I need somebody to, hopefully they say I need a composer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or they go online and just try to get this royalty-free music. And the thing with that is, once you place it, you're stuck with it.
Yeah, you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you can't change it. So what happens if the edit changes? What happens? Are you going to, now you're building something that has no thematic structure.
Yeah.
And it's just always easier to work with somebody who knows what they're doing because, again, it takes stress off your back and then they're breathing life into your story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a music guy that way. I've always seen visuals with music in my head. And I've said it many times on this show. That's when I hear a song, I can see a visual with it normally in my brain. I mean, I'll storyboard it in my head. Literally, I can see it that way. So anytime I'm sitting down writing something, I have music in my head already. Yeah. And I always thought, man, if I didn't get into the filmmaking part of it, I would have loved to have been a composer like you guys because it's still storytelling and it's just done so it's such a raw emotional thing music is. It hits you all the time. I was watching Justice League the other night, man, and I'm telling you what, when Tom hits some of those fucking orchestra chords, man, in those moments, I'm just like goosebumps in fucking awe of what they did. Without that music, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Well, it's not. It definitely doesn't have as much heart and as much feeling to it. I mean, think about watching a movie that made you cry. Yeah. Now think about it without the music. Are you still going to cry? You're not going to cry.
It's not going to hit you the same way.
It's the music.
Yeah.
It's what gets it.
Yeah.
What brings it to life.
It's that steak. I'm telling you, it's a perfectly cooked steak, and that's the movie, right? But if you don't season that fucker, I don't care how tender it is, it's going to taste bland as fuck. Music is the seasoning. You guys throw that shit on there, and that shit is good.
Yeah.
Good. I love it, man. Music, man.
I really need to get you to buy better steak.
I know what was that?
When Quentin Tarantino writes his scripts, he listens to music. He listens to Ennio Morricone.
Yes, he does.
Who recently passed away. That was his composer for years.
Yeah, it was.
And he wouldn't even go to him and just tell him, "Listen, I want you to score something." He'd be using the track that he was listening to while he was writing. That's why you hear all this old music of Ennio Morricone throughout all of Quentin Tarantino's films, because it's like, no, I was writing it with that track in my head.
That was a part of
this.
And
I want to use it for that scene.
Yep.
So that's what, filmmakers use music constantly.
Yeah. It's
to build their story.
It's such a relationship, visuals and music to me. So I'm right with you, man. It's fucking cool shit. I was, like I said earlier, we were listening to some of your YouTube stuff. there's a movie a short that you had on The Promise.
Yeah.
Okay. I was following that movie for a little while. Do you know anything about that project still? Is it still going, or
it's
what?
It's actually, the filmmaker Chris Connell is out in Los Angeles right now. The film is still, he's trying to get the campaign up and running.
Sure.
But he's one of these filmmakers that likes to do things the right way.
Sure.
You know, so sometimes to do things the right way, especially when you're an indie filmmaker, time needs to it needs to be the right time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And for that project, he was about to pull the trigger, and then he realized that the foundation he had laid out was a little shaky.
Okay.
And I actually respect filmmakers that, you know, say, okay, you know what, it's not the right time right now.
Taking a step back.
He didn't, and it's almost like he didn't want to revolve his film during a time where we're dealing with a pandemic.
Right.
Especially the subject matter where the film's about, you know, it's set in World War II.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right now, is that film really going to be, you know, looked at a right light, at the proper light?
Right.
Probably not, you know?
So
he probably, he was able to say, you know what, it's not the right time right now. Let me continue to build on my foundation that I've laid out. So then when I do pull the trigger, it's going to be at the right time.
Okay. I'm going to tell you. I'll tell you what. The track that you made, that cue. Yeah. Fucking dope.
It's amazing.
Dude, I got goosebumps driving over here. Brother, that is some badass shit, Chuck. I don't know if you.
I didn't listen. I was just saying that's why I didn't listen to you yet.
Oh my god, it's so good. I mean,
I'll tell you a story behind that track.
Please do.
Behind that main theme. That was the last piece of music that my mother heard before she passed away.
Oh, for fuck's sakes! Now I love it more, dude. Wow.
And it was, my mom was like my main cheerleader, you know.
Okay. And
I just recently lost her in June.
Sorry.
Oh, brother.
So it's been really devastating for me.
That's
when you said that, that was like almost her saying, "I'm here, I'm here, I'm listening," you know, because I know before she passed, 2 days before she passed, that's the track that I sent to her because I was just in the process of working with Chris, and I said, this is I think some of the best music I've ever written, and she goes, "You got it,
brother, you do.
You got it."
Yeah.
What your mom?
That was it. That was the last thing she ever heard. And I actually played when I buried her. That was the song that I played for her too. So for you to say that to me now, that means a lot to me.
Well, I'm really telling you, she grabbed me then in the car and slapped me upside the head and told me to listen to that one before we got here because I skipped right to that one. And she was like, "Listen, my boy, shit." And dude, that is dope. I got goosebumps all the way over here, and she's absolutely right. It's fucking brilliant, man. I loved it. That orchestral score he did, Chuck. You
hopefully, like I said, the project progresses and it's able to get out there.
Good for you, man. Good for you. And you know what else was cool about Anthony on his YouTube?
What?
That we got to see. What's that? You know you're a badass when you're playing a guitar to the ocean.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And looking at the ocean like it ain't shit, and you're still playing like badass. I mean, dude, it was great.
Hey, again, that's why I would prefer to be a sea creature.
There you go. Yeah. He's like Aquaman.
That was the World Pediatric Association. I always like to do music videos of my scores because it helps promote the film.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's just another level of marketing that I can do, you know, on my end, not only to help promote my music, but to help promote the film, the project that you're on.
Yeah, man. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I always try to do that. I'm actually working, I just finished a music video now for a documentary I just finished.
Okay.
It's a German documentary about the Holocaust.
Oh, wow.
Fuck.
Told through a German's perspective. That is Jewish, but was born in Poland.
Okay.
So, and it's the documentaries in German, and they're in the process of doing the English narration. It's an incredible film, and I actually worked with some amazing musicians on it. And I decided, you know what? Considering that we're in a pandemic, I want to get us on video performing the score, and so that way we can not only promote ourselves as musicians, promote the music, but also promote the film when it comes time to. So it's just another level of you know what we do.
That's fucking awesome.
It is.
I love that, man. I'm sorry to hear about your mom passing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, that gets me going.
I was actually in China when it happened.
Shit. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. I was going to China for the Chinese New Year, in January.
I was going to say.
I landed in China, and then 2 weeks later, the pandemic hit over there.
Yeah.
So it was almost like just the way it happened. I look back on it now. I was like, this was all planned. This was all mapped out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because then, one's worried about one's family. Of course, they're worried about my parents. My family worried about me.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on over there in China? What's happening? And I was over there not just for the Chinese New Year, but I was actually working on a couple projects over there for a few studios that are over there in Shanghai, which is where my wife's family's from. And, so I was over there for just not more than one thing. It just made sense to go over there at that time. And then that whole thing happened. Thankfully, we were far away from the actual breakout of the area where it started. But, they were getting, it was mass spreading.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they controlled it over there. But then, unfortunately, what happened? It spread all over the world.
Yeah.
So now their worry turned into my worry. So now I'm stuck there. I can't leave because now both countries are going back and forth with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and,
wow.
I'm thinking about, I got to get out of here because I had to be with my family. If China's okay now, I got to get over there because, my parents, I took good care of my parents,
Right. Yep.
And, I was, just every day I talked to my parents almost twice a day over there. Cause again, during that time, you're just worried.
Mm-hmm.
And, it wasn't, she didn't pass away from the virus, but to me, it was a result of the mask wearing. She was a little overweight. She worked for the county.
Okay.
So she was an essential worker.
Right.
She had to go to work.
To wear
Yeah.
them.
She had to wear the mask,
Wow.
8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that was what, she died of a heart attack.
Gotcha.
It was a daily basis. The blood pressure started going up. You can't go to the doctor because of the whole situation going on. So anything that she felt, she kept to herself. And that was it. One day, your life changed.
Yeah. Wow.
And then it took a month for me to get over here with everything going on after the passing. I talked to 2 senators to get over here. We truly do live in the best country in the world because they really do not leave anybody behind. And I'm grateful for all the helpers that got me over here.
Yeah.
But it was a devastating time, and I know I had an angel with me during that whole process because I was with my 2 daughters. I was with my wife.
Yeah.
And we had to travel, in the middle of a pandemic during that whole situation, and we weren't affected in any way.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were blessed. I had an angel looking out over me, for sure.
You've got a good heart, man. I've dealt with loss like that too, and I would have been really fucking bitter. And I don't see that in you at all. I would have been fucking pissed.
I've had my moments.
I hear you.
I try to reel it in.
Yeah, you're fighting it okay.
Music is part of that.
Oh, hell yeah,
that
dude.
Music is life.
Yeah. He couldn't get home to his mama. It's brutal.
I know
it's
is.
fucked.
It
It's
is.
fucked.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry. I really am. But you know what? I'm not that religious guy. But yeah, she sees what her son's doing. She got you, man. She got you.
I'm a big believer, regardless of what you believe in.
Yeah.
I've seen too many signs to not believe in something.
Yeah, she hit me in. I told you. She grabbed me in the
I
car. I
might
could
not know
feel
what
it.
it is, but there's something speaking because the way that she spoke to me with these signs, you would never believe.
That's cool.
You would never believe it.
Yeah. That's cool. What was your mom's name? What was her name?
Eduarda. They called her Eddie for short.
I love it.
One of those Spaniard names again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Eddie hit me in the car today and had me listen to that song. Something made me play it. She got me to do it.
And a strong woman she was.
She wasn't fucking around. Slapped me right in the back of the head. Felt like it was my mom.
The fact that you chose that track, I know that's her for sure.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Yeah, and he demanded that I listen to it. You got to listen. You got this. Here's my favorite one. You got to listen to it.
Yeah, I listened to it last night, but she didn't get a chance to, so I played it in the car for her today on the way here. I wanted her to hear it.
And
So
it was phenomenal.
yeah, it's beautiful.
I appreciate it.
It's fucking
Thank you.
dope. Yeah, I can see why she'd be so proud.
I still feel like an ass because I haven't heard it.
No, you will.
Well, you
we'll play
will.
it. Yeah, after the
You
show's
will.
over, we'll play it. We'll play it when we're wrapping
I'll just
stuff
cry
up.
by myself, fuckers.
It's dope. It's really good.
Because you can't wait to hear it because we're talking about it and you don't know what we're
Yeah, you
talking
don't know.
about.
I know.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Well, now you have a little backstory to it. So.
Great.
Yeah. And
Makes
so
it even
it's
better
gonna-
now.
Yeah.
It means more.
We got to listen to it on the
Way
way
more.
home because it'll hit us differently. I
Oh,
bet.
yeah. It's going to fuck me up.
Thanks
No,
for
it really
making me
will.
cry. I'm going to say that in advance because I'm already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. It's going to get me, too.
But that's if you can make somebody cry with your music, though, for real, that's like a talent. That's good.
Well, he
That's
can do
really
it.
good.
He can do it. What do you got working right now, my man? What are you working on?
Right now, I got a couple things in the works. There's a film that I'm very excited about called Z Dead End. It's a zombie film.
Is that the one when they're flying out of the sky?
That's the Sharknadoes, but with
Zombies. Badass. Okay. I love it. No, it's dope. Okay.
I'm very excited about it. The filmmaker Robert Restro is a hell of a talent, man, and he knows what he wants, and he's going to do it. He's one of these that does everything in his way, doesn't let anything get in his way to make his vision possible.
I love it.
So, and he's got an amazing team behind him. So I'm just lucky enough that I'm, involved with it.
That's cool. I need to find a team like that because Chuck and Sam always stop my vision. So I need to figure out. I have big visions, and you guys are like, whoa, what,
Mind you,
motherfucker, let's get
Anthony,
the best you, Aaron.
We've been supporting him for 20
I'm just
years,
fucking around.
16 years, 20 let's just say forever.
They have, but it's a role reversal right now. I'm actually supporting their projects, which is weird for me because this is the first time that I'm like I'm not that guy.
Taking a step back.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. Her
We've
documentary, his new faith-based film. I'm just that dude that's gonna cut the movie and maybe help direct stuff and throw my 2 cents in once in a while. And they're like, "No, this is what we're doing, Aaron." So we get back up, and then I'm
two
just
cents
like,
in, and we give him his change back.
Yeah, they just throw it right back. Babies all grows up. Like, listen to me no more. They don't need my black ass. Whatever.
Yeah.
No, I love
Whatever.
them. I love them that they did it. They did it.
Yeah,
They're
we
doing
did.
it on their
Well, we
own.
were your ride or dies for so long,
know-
just getting your back on all your stuff. So
But here's the thing: you guys don't realize how proud I am of you because I just don't tell you guys that.
We've noticed.
Yeah.
I know because I don't want you to get a big head, because you won't let me get one. But no, I'm
you
I'm
already
genuinely.
have one. Yours is way too big.
Your head is already inflated enough. We're
for fuck's
the fuckers holding onto your feet.
I understand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'll float away.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait.
In the air, then I'll shit on everybody.
Okay, Anthony, I got a quick question for you. So, Anthony, for
do.
you, so if you have a whole bunch of music that's being brought to the film as far as individual music, so like full chorus, just regular songs that are being brought to the film, do you want to implement some of the chords from the music into your soundtrack or into your score? How would you play off of each individual song that's being brought into this project?
Yeah.
And still keep everything together, but keeping everything separate.
I know what you're saying. I think I
Did
got
I
what
say?
you're saying.
I feel like I said that
Basically
totally
layers.
backwards.
There's that
It's
theme.
basically a way of composing that a lot of composers do, where they just layering things on top of other things.
Yes.
and kind of hoping for a great result. And that it really depends on the film, and for composers that work in indie film, they find themselves having to do that because you're having to throw different elements to the director. So that way they can see, kind of where you're going with it. See, if you're working on a Hollywood motion picture, they don't bother you till the end of the process. The film is locked.
Mm-hmm.
You've already kind of thrown something at the director where he goes, yeah, that's it. Just
Do it.
keep that in mind.
Yep.
And then you sit down and you're given a final cut, So then it's just like, okay, how can I help tell this story?
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have, thousands of tracks and scores that you've already come up with, that you're like, oh, that works. Let me start from there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Usually, it's really you just got to sit down, whatever instrument that you master it at, and basically just start.
Yeah.
And usually it's it's a miserable grind.
Yeah.
It's torture because it's like, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. The doubting starts, the I'm giving up starts. I guess this is not going to work, and then boom, it hits. You play the right chord, you play the right melody, you got the right tone, and it's like, that's it. Mm-hmm. You just start building from there. And then until you got just a solid foundation of just music that you feel is right for the film, you send it all in its way, and then when the director says, dude, I got chills, that's it,
mm-hmm.
you get it done.
That's the shit. Yeah, so
that's the ultimate reward.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm a badass, I can do this. You know what I mean?
But I do.
Don't know.
Trust me, Aaron understands that one. Yeah.
All that epic terror that you're like, oh my God, I suck. There's no way this is gonna happen. It's just like, it's a grind, man.
Yeah, no, it's fucking fun though, man. That's the best. That's the best shit. You get off the phone with the guy and he's like, yeah, it's perfect.
And then when you actually get to actually start scoring to performance,
mm-hmm.
that's, man, it's like you've already done the work. It's just now, how can I incorporate this into the cues, the scenes, the timing, following time code, following, what the director wants, because, there's going to be changes. But the hardest part is just coming up with where you're going to go.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? How are you going to make this better?
Yeah, there was when we started working with our composer, it's kind of that same thing, but he actually seemed to have a genuine, what's the word I'm looking for? Continuity to every cue in the film. There's this subtle sound in every cue that's kind of always there. And even happened with the teasers. You could hear it in the final score. Yeah. And it was really cool. And that was one thing.
In a way, it's probably his way of sticking to thematic structure.
Yes.
A thematic structure doesn't have to always be just like a melody. It can be a sound.
Yes.
I mean, I'll give you an example. Hans Zimmer and the Joker. Uh-huh. You have that screeching guitar.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Is it music? Yeah, but it really is just tone.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That tone developed the whole character.
It sure did. Yeah.
That's the same. And then as you hear his percussion, you hear these bat wings. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then that became like of course it's Hans Zimmer, so you're gonna have that epic sound of brass. Yeah. So it's really for a composer's hardest part is how can I make this sound like me? Yeah. But yet tell the story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the hardest thing.
Do you find yourself leaning towards a certain sound as an individual composer?
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And then I always tell myself that sounds too much like me.
Okay, gotcha.
How can I be different? Because I'm always wanting to be different. You know what I'm saying? Because the successful composers are the ones that are completely different.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they've developed their own sound. Mm-hmm. And nowadays, you're dealing with so many different genres of different filmmakers creating different things to where you're like, oh, I don't want to come up with the same. I don't want to come up with the same track they have as a temp track.
Yeah.
I want it to be my touch to what he's trying to tell. Mm-hmm. The emotion he's trying to relay in that scene. How can I tell that through Anthony Espina's sound? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Mm-hmm. That's the hardest part. And when you do it right, hopefully, if you do it right long enough, people will start to notice, and you'll start getting to that next level in your career, which is what I'm hoping for now.
Well, that's one of the things that I think is interesting too, is because you talk about the sound, and then you don't want to have sound like Hans Zimmer, and we know that when Aaron is editing, he puts in his temp score, and it's always Hans Zimmer or somebody like this.
So James Newton Howard.
I'm always
Harry Gregson Williams. I can keep going.
I'm intrigued as to what you might try and use for a temp score when you're editing a faith-based film.
Ooh, Motley Crue.
Enya.
That's actually good.
That's actually not bad.
That might put me there.
I was a fan of Enya for a while.
Hell yeah. Sam, that's what I'll probably use when I'm cutting.
Great, thanks.
No,
there goes the emotional cues.
Oh, eat a dick, dude.
Just be crying. Crying from the beginning.
Faith-based films are actually pigeonholed a little bit because they have that heavy synth to them.
Yep.
To where it's almost like that emotional synth.
Yeah, I know what
layered over like an electric guitar.
Okay.
A very light modern electric guitar, which is that's what that genre has been pigeonholed to.
It's going to be interesting.
And I don't want that.
You don't want that?
I don't want that pigeon. That's why I wanted people to bring this, to send us music. That's why we have the Beauty and the Ashes. And all these
like
other
original,
ones original songs.
Yeah. I gotcha. Okay.
Because I don't want that. I don't want the same kind of stuff
But
you're going to watch in.
But we got a badass composer too who can do it.
Oh no, I'm not worried about the composer. Sorry, Anthony. I mean,
Yeah, he can figure it out. If he pigeonholes it, I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Yeah. When you're working with somebody that it's all about collaboration too. You work with somebody that gets the job done.
Yeah.
Stick with that person.
Yeah.
Well,
because you've collaborated. You guys are a team.
Yeah.
And you're loyal to that, which is what you always want as a filmmaker.
Well, the shitty part is
I always know I'm going to have that person on my team, and they're going to deliver for me. That's huge.
Yeah, it is.
But I have to do something. I have to suck this guy's dick. Unfortunately, I do, and that's the thing that's holding, I think, us together. So the longer I put that off, the more likely he'll score more movies for us.
Well, you already know that
because once I do it, he's out. No, dude.
If there's one little piece of advice that I can give you is always give him a little bit of freedom. usually.
Not that way, Sam.
Not the sucking part, but the actual creativeness.
The creativeness.
No, that's
creativeness. Let him tell his own story.
Yes.
And then you can shape it your own way.
Yes.
I don't know if we're going deeper down the rabbit hole, but I was trying to go to the creative route there.
That's one of the things that we always want to do, and that's one of the things that we know how much composers get screwed in the end, and be like, "Here, hurry up." So we always want to talk. We put our teams together from the beginning. Everybody gets the script. Everybody gets this. When we're filming. When we're filming, it's like,
and they're working on it. Z Dead End. I've been working on it since he sent me the synopsis.
That's perfect.
He's gone through the campaign. He's met his goal. He's met his stretch goal. The film's shooting now in April, and I've been working on it, since then. Yeah, so I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? And he's like, "Dude, stop! You're too ahead of the ball game here." But that's just how I like to work. I like to be, when I'm going to sit down and work on a film, I don't like to feel like I'm behind.
Yeah.
I like to feel like, all right, I'm already caught up. Let's meet this deadline. Because again, like you said, Chuck, composers are always like, at the end, it's like, the film's done. Hurry your ass up. Let's get this done. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just want to finish it because they've gone through the whole brutal process of everybody else's ego.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they have to sit down and have to work with you. So it's like, hurry up, let's get it done. So that's why I like to be ahead of the ball game.
Good for you. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Sam and I were talking about that a lot with the freedom for a composer. And that's one thing that her and I agree on. Well, Chuck does too. We all do.
Yeah, we all agree.
It surprised us when we learned that a lot of composers, especially working in Hollywood, like you said, they get pigeonholed. They have to do a certain thing. So their creative, their freedom is kind of limited. It's limited. I think that's bullshit.
I do too.
Yeah, I think if you trust the composer you're working with, like when Kelvin Galoza was able to do our score, he didn't say anything to me about how it should be, and when he did finally, he's like, "So did you have any notes or anything?" I'm like, "No, bro, just do your shit. Do your shit."
Yeah.
I mean, I trusted him.
Which is also why Aaron feels he has to suck something, but still.
But it turned out amazing, and I think, letting him have that creative freedom. If you think about
it, the best composer director duos are the ones that do that.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Steven Spielberg, John Williams. Steven Spielberg's not sitting down and saying, "I want this." No, he's saying, "Do your thing."
Yeah.
Right.
Tim Burton and Danny Elfman.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's not calling up Danny and be like, "Hey, can you write something like Hans Zimmer?" No, he's saying, "Do your thing."
Do your shit.
And that's why they've developed that collaboration that's untouchable.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it. And I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's the way it should be.
But the other cool thing about the composer, because we've had a lot of composers on here, the cool thing about them is they're all so unique in their style, and they all do such a, you have a different thing going on.
Sound.
But it's
hard.
Cool.
Yeah.
That you just have your own kind of theme going on, your own style. Yeah.
And then as a filmmaker, though, it's hard, especially doing podcasts now and getting the ability to talk to all you guys. It sucks because all you guys are badass.
I know, you guys are also good.
And I'm like, I would love, wouldn't you like to have Anthony help us score something?
Oh, I love. And Otto and Ross.
Gilman, all these guys we talked to, Kelvin, and we've got this Puerto Rican that we can't get away from, Kelvin Galoza. But it's weird though, because I would love.
You stick to what you know.
Yeah,
and I'm looking at it from a composer's perspective, is that I have formed relationships with filmmakers that are 10 years strong.
Good for you.
So, and they're going into the next level, and so you see the growth, their creative growth, and you're just grateful enough that you're able to be a part of that.
Yeah.
You know, and then everything that you work on together, the next thing that you work on together is better than the last. So when you see that, and then you finally work on a project together where it's like, dude, this took off. You're like, oh my God! The next, you start forming. You're almost like siblings. You're almost like family because you're like you've made it together in a way. So there's nothing better than having that team. No one makes it on their own, dude. Especially in this industry.
Yeah, this is.
You need everybody on all hands on deck.
Yeah. It's no joke.
I so like it when somebody else says the same stuff that we say without any prompting. It's so cool.
I know it is cool because you just said exactly what we stand for there.
It's just validation.
Well, that's the awesome thing about this podcast too, is because for anybody that wants to be a filmmaker, gets to hear the raw, unedited material.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's important.
This. I'll be honest with you, it's the worst industry you can get into.
Yeah.
Especially from the bottom perspective. But if you're getting into it, it's because you're passionate enough to do what you have to do to make it work.
You can't do anything else.
Well, how nice.
You don't want to do anything else.
You just can't do, I have to write music.
Yep.
I can't see myself doing anything.
Correct. Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
He says passionate. Other people say delusional. It's all the same thing.
Yeah, it is.
Or you're delusional,
you know what? It's a little bit of both. What
Yeah.
does Aaron say? You have to be delusional.
Oh, yeah. Because like he said, I mean, you look at all the talented people on this planet, and you see the ones that have, what we always put in quotes, made it and whatnot. But, there's still a way to earn a living doing something that you love, especially in this. But you got to hustle and you got to work. And I think that delusion is that we all kind of feel like this one's going to be the one. It's going to hit,
Yeah.
And then we have these fantasies of how these projects will turn out, and they never turn out the way you want them to, or you imagined it.
We're also creatures of habit.
You can't help
it.
We
want to think about tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I love tomorrow.
Tomorrow is what? Like you said, we made it.
Yes.
Well, we made it. It's always going to be a tomorrow thing.
It is.
It's never going to be a thing that you do in the moment.
Never.
So, I mean, I've worked on too many projects to say this is going to be the one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm to the point where I do it, and then when it's manifested into whatever it's manifested to, that's when I start to share it.
Yeah.
I like to share things that need marketing and need promoting, but I don't sit there and say, well, this is where the film made it to. Yeah. Because you don't know what the film's gonna, where it's gonna take off.
You never do.
The film I worked on that made it to Netflix. No one thought that film was gonna make it to Netflix. The fact that it got that opportunity would be, one of the stars that worked on it, made it overnight, and he just happened to work on that film before his career took off. And everybody rode that coattail.
How about that?
You don't know these things.
You don't know.
They happen.
Right. Right.
So if anybody's out there watching, like, I'm waiting for that next project to keep waiting.
Yeah.
Just focus on doing what you got to do.
That's right.
And how you can do the best you can do, and how you can make the film better. And keep your fingers crossed that all the stars align. And it gets to the next level.
That's it.
Yeah.
As long as you just keep going up, man.
That's
if you learn something, great. You solved it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You take baby steps every day in a direction
that
will get you to that point sooner or later. And if you don't get there, you don't get there. But it's about the journey anyway. It's about doing it.
Exactly.
And as long as you're willing to learn, if you're willing to, the moment you stop, the moment you think you know enough is that's where it all kind of stops.
Yeah.
You have to keep learning.
Yeah. Even though I do know everything, I just act like I don't. That way, you guys, I can help keep coaching you, give you a little bit of time.
We had a decent show for a little over an hour, maybe.
We almost had a really good show the entire time, and then, of course,
Aaron always ruins it. Sam, did you let go of one of his legs?
No.
We're trying to keep him grounded, but his head's lifting up in the air again.
No, I'm still getting ready to pee in this cup for you.
I still ain't going to drink that.
We'll see.
Not from you.
Son of a bitch.
You might get drunk off your urine.
Yep.
You might.
Hey, I made your coffee. I know what I put in it.
Yeah,
on
he
the
did
night
put some
before.
shit. Yep, he got me. He got me. All right, that was a good one. It's a good one.
God damn it. I was going to ask him a question. I totally forgot what it was now.
Oh, no.
He'll come back to you. We still got a few minutes.
Well, he doesn't have anything to do. He's a Dodgers fan.
Yeah. We did it. We did it last year. You're right.
Good. He good. What's your question, Chuck?
No,
You
I
got it.
don't know. I honestly
I've been
totally
waiting.
lost it.
My father's always been a Dodger fan.
Okay.
So I just grew up, and again, we're Marlins fans too. Don't get me wrong, but we just always been. And every time I head out, west, I always go to a Dodger game, always.
Good for you.
And he's the one that instilled the Dodgers in me, and that we've been waiting this whole time, and unfortunately, it happened during 2020. That it's with the passing of my mom and everything. It was hard to celebrate.
Sure.
But we looked at it as, man, mom gave us the championship. She made it happen. That's how me and my dad look at it.
That's dope. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, it was a pleasure talking with you.
Yeah,
No,
absolutely. It's
I
really
appreciate
fun.
you guys having me on.
But yeah, you're a badass. Yeah,
Yeah.
Anthony doesn't fuck around.
No.
He's that guy. I love it. I love it. No, man, you've you got a good head on your shoulders. You got a good heart, and
probably the coolest mustache I've ever seen.
oh, that mustache.
Oh
Dude,
God,
I can
this
grow
thing
one of
is all over
those.
I shaped it for you guys.
Thank you.
'Cause
'cause
normally,
it's
when I
amazing.
wake up, it's like Dali. It's one way, this one's down.
He's got nappy shit flying everywhere.
Speaking of hair and mouth, usually it's overgrown and hair in the mouth, and it's just like it's a nightmare. But it's kind of become my signature look, and my wife forbids me to cut it. So
That's dope.
Good for her.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
dope.
It's a cool.
And then the long hair. I used to have hair down, below my shoulders. My mom, that was one thing that she used to love. And then I cut it one time and she hated it.
She was mad.
Yeah.
So I've been letting it grow back out now.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
cool, man.
Now, see, I had really long hair once too until my forehead started taking over, and so like the weight of my hair was like
When the forehead
doing
took over.
this.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I have these big gaps coming in now.
They come
so
in, bro. They don't fuck around.
I take it as it is.
Yep. It is. You still
Whatever
look
comes
badass.
happens.
Yeah.
The stash grows so quick. I shave it and the next day it's like this again. So
Wow.
He's like Tim
so
Allen
I
and Santa
I
Claus.
gave up. I let it grow.
That's
and
so
I
funny.
twirl it on occasion.
That's cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Fu Manchu.
That's not a
Awesome. It's like a Fu Manchu.
It's not a Fu Manchu.
What is it?
Not a Fu Manchu.
I thought it was called a Fu Manchu.
What is a Fu Manchu?
Do you-
Isn't that like the
is
whole
it-
goat? Is it
Something. I don't know.
not that?
He's got the handlebars.
Handlebars?
wrong.
I have it took me a while to figure that out. I was like, man, I'm doing it the right way, and it's just not coming out right.
Who is that? Like White
So I
Earth? or
finally
something?
got
Yeah,
that technique. It's all technique.
It's all taken.
All practice and technique.
Twirl it.
White Earth.
Yeah, twirl it properly.
That twirl, proper twirl. And it helps that I play piano, so
That's even
I
better.
got the technique down.
There you go.
I'm a drummer. If I grew my shit out, I'd be like,
Yeah, you're a mess.
Oh God.
patches.
Good stuff. Well, keep us in the loop, man, of what you
Yeah.
got going on. Don't forget about us because I would like
No,
to.
no,
I'll try to
definitely.
keep up with you.
he will
Yeah.
never
No,
forget about
yeah.
this conversation.
It was awesome talking with you guys.
Yeah,
I'll
you
definitely
too.
shoot things your guys' way and keep you posted. Every time I work on something, I'll shoot it your guys' way.
Yeah,
You guys
please
are
Yeah,
do.
please.
Yeah, we'll definitely do shout outs for you. We try to do that on the
Yeah.
show as much as we can just
Yeah.
to get people's
When
the
you
word
have me
out.
back on, I want to play that game again.
Oh, fuck
Okay.
yeah. Yeah,
You
yeah,
got
we'll do
it.
it.
Or
We'll
a
get
different
down.
one. There's all
Abs-
kinds of fun games.
Yeah.
Right?
I enjoy
You get a
that.
ton.
Play.
Yeah, makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
does
does.
make you think.
Yeah.
Yep. I know I'm going to be soaring like a bird.
Okay, whatever.
Fly like an eagle to the sea.
Yep, and then somebody will snatch you out of the air and eat you from
You
the
can't
sea.
catch an eagle. You can't touch a fucking eagle.
Sure, I can. If
You
it-
can't fucking do anything to
You
the eagle.
can't. You can't in
Should
America.
we-
It's
should
against
we
law.
pick up,
But
like,
you're flying
BB
over the
gunning?
sea. That's international waters, bitch. I'm gonna eat your ass.
Dude, you don't even know, bro. You're in a fucking. You get the little thing flying out of your thing. I ain't falling for
I
that.
didn't say I wanted to have a dauber. You said I
Yeah,
wanted to
you
have
got
a
a
dauber.
dauber. You got a little dauber.
Oh
Oh my
flying
God,
around.
guys, stop. I just
Stupid.
want to say that if you were a bird, you'd be a seagull.
A seagull? Why am I going to be an ugly ass fucking seagull?
Hey, you like flock of seagulls?
I do
No,
like
I
flock
don't.
of seagulls.
That's, yeah.
I
You're
do,
a seagull.
but that's not the seagulls we're talking about.
You're a
Seagull.
beach rat.
Why can't I be a nice bird? Oh, these fuckers are on one, bro. They are on one today. It's fine. It's fine. See,
We
this is
gotta
why
go
I
get
can
some
take it.
Alka-Seltzer to give him.
This is why the bad reviews do not hurt me at all. They don't. I every day I'm with these fuckers. You know, the people I trust the most are the most verbally abusive to me. So it's fine. I can take anything.
No, we used to feed a seagull named Bob. His name was Bob, and he was great.
Bob the Seagull?
I love Bob.
What don't you fucking feed besides your kids?
I feed everything that's hungry, okay?
Oh, man. Anthony, pleasure, my man.
Yes.
Thank you for spending time with us today.
It was awesome talking with you guys.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Fun time. We'll keep in touch with you, man, okay? All right, buddy.
No, for sure. All
Awesome.
the best to you guys.
Yeah, you too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You got a gift,
And
man.
good luck with the giant Pacific octopus.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's going to do good. She's going to do good. We got you. Chuck, you want to close this out, man?
Anthony, thank you for joining us today, and more importantly, thank you for talking real. Everybody wiped the corner of their eye. Aaron might have pulled it off like he was scratching, but he was wiping because we had some real conversations today, and those are important to us.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for sharing. Thank you for opening up. Thank you for being so emotionally raw for a minute.
Yeah.
And after all that, thanks for cracking jokes and having fun and making sure that we kept people laughing as well. So
Good information, too, for composers.
absolutely,
Yeah,
this is a whole lot of
It's everything.
exciting information to feed and get everybody out there so that everybody can hear what's going on. We do
If
look
they
forward.
want to hear more about my, stay tuned to some of the projects I'm working on. AnthonyEspina.com.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you for
They can
that.
go there and they can see. I'm actually working on a few different projects. So I always like
Cool.
to throw that out there. So if they want to keep track of it, and some are in a campaign mode right now, can use some funding to. Actually, most of them are done. But I always like to throw that little plug in there just in case there's something that I might be working on soon that's
Yes.
needing
Yes,
to make it
please.
happen.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Good job, man.
However,
Perfect.
if you're listening to the show and you're thinking of donating money, then make sure you save it for our shit coming up because we're about to launch our campaign in 2 weeks.
Throw that plug in there, man. For sure. Yeah.
No,
the
no,
producer
plug.
and you.
No, yeah, that's
Please
it. Please plug everything. Plug everybody. Help everyone. Help
Yeah.
something.
Yes.
Did I just say plug everybody?
If everybody,
You did.
in the inner circle really donated just $1, you
Right.
can make it happen.
It would be.
Hey, it would help.
make it
Yeah.
happen.
We could, yeah.
You
That's
know?
how easy it is. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yeah,
This
no
has been
problem. I
this has been an
appreciate it, guys.
amazing
Thanks so much.
conversation, and
Yeah,
we look forward
super
to
fun.
working with you a little bit more in the future. And everybody else out
Shout
there.
out to my agent Alexi who got me the interview.
Alexi,
with-
yes.
Alexi.
Yeah.
And awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, she's badass,
Great
too.
to do.
Right on. All right, you guys. Well, Chuck, you want to give the motto?
Oh, remember, everybody, think hard because you're thinking anyway.
All right, see you guys later.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning
Wait,
in.
remember, everybody, think hard because you're thinking anyway.
Oh, for the love of Christ, both of you guys.
He just
You're
cut me
so
off,
nice.
though. Just cut me off.
Nobody,
man.
Yeah, because-
nobody needs to hear the old intro.
Okay,
or
well, I'm
outro.
going to cut you both off and say thank you for listening to our show. Thank you for tuning into Around the Reel.
That's great stuff.
Yeah.
So why did they even tune in the first place?
I don't know, but they're glad they did.
Yeah. I think it's because we're trying to inspire people
We are.
and have fun with people.
People that are artists.
Creatives.
Yeah. People that are out there trying to make a living with their art.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's what we're doing.
They're crafty.
Yeah.
So have them tune in. And how do they get on our show, Chuck?
You can get on our show by going to our website. Please visit us at cccentertainmentgroup.com. Click on the scheduling link.
I'll send you to me.
Yeah.
Sassy Sam was going to get you all lined up on everything
I'll hook you up with a day and a time.
sometime in 2021 or 2022 because it's filling up fast. So if you want to get on this show,
Get on
I
it.
highly suggest
Get on it.
you start clicking your brains out.
Come be our guest on our show. We'd love to hear your story.
We'd love to hear it.
Make sure you come visit us on Amazon Prime and OP Prime.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
watch
Watch
The
our
Outrider.
movie. Watch our movie. The Outrider.
Yeah, you can watch Marcus
good.
Ford kick some fucking ass.
Oh,
This was a perfectly good take until you said
until
that.
you said that.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in to the show. Bye-bye, guys.